Okay.
Who was the last person that you saw the resistance and it was like, oh wow, I haven't seen this in a minute?
Myself. Dude, this morning in class.
The microphone is here, let's stop slapping it.
For real, today in class, I felt so much resistance. It started raining, it thundered, and I could feel everyone around me too thinking, I don't want to go into the rain. I don't want to go. Like, doing the ice bath is already hard. Imagine doing it in thundering rain and all the thoughts of, am I safe, am I in danger? So, yeah, I was like, oh, there you are. Hello. I haven't seen you in a while. So then I said it out loud in the middle of the breath work. I was like, I don't want to get wet. And then giggled. People giggled. It's like, yeah, man. How did I get through that resistance?
So how was that was your strategy?
Laughing or saying it?
Uh-huh.
For sure. Strategy of saying it out loud. Once I say it out loud, it's really here. I can't like just put it in the back of my head. And facing it, right?
And then you did it? Or did you not?
I did it. At the beginning, I was like, oh, okay, do I bring my stuff out? Bring my towel on? You know, all these stories to still keep me from getting wet, which is the thing I didn't want to do.
So.
And instead, I was like, leave the towel inside, just like you tell us.
Yeah.
Leave everything inside that could get wet. And embrace the fact that you are about to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. And that is gonna be for some time. Like, that's the thing that helps me get through it the most. Like, I'm not gonna be here the whole day. I'm not gonna be here forever. It's only going to be for this amount of time. How does it feel? Getting curious. I keep shaking the mic. Yeah. Getting curious about how it feels. And then being. What about you? What has been the last, seeing it in your clients, in the students today from this morning's class?
Right, so I'm gonna start like you. I'm gonna start with a personal experience. Last time I felt resistance was on your class on Monday.
Okay.
I didn't want to do the breath work. I didn't know. I didn't want to until I started doing the breath work. And I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling like an imposter syndrome. You know, I don't go to class. I should go to group classes. I have my breathwork practice, but I don't, you know, I go through the classes. I don't do them. And it was very interesting, which helped me understand how much I want to do this teacher training now. Because I want people to do their mojo and then I go to those classes so I can enjoy in a group environment the energy, you know, because it's different to breathe by yourself, prepare to competition, get ready, you know, recover your body, but you're doing it with a purpose, intention, not just to enjoy the journey of being in breathwork session, you know. And that was delicious, the fact that I could see at the beginning I cried and then I laughed about it and then I enjoyed the whole thing. Yeah, it was very nice, it was very powerful.
So that was the way of getting through the resistance?
Yeah, through the resistance.
Crying?
Yeah.
Laughing?
Crying, laughing, and then like going through it, you know, it's like a journey. It's like you get your bag and you go to school and you walk towards it and it's like, okay, wow, stop sign, wait, no car's coming, now I can cross. And then this, lizard, oh, peacock.
So it's seeing all the things.
All the things, you're just watching, but the body doesn't really matter. You're just watching. Even when you're a kid, your body doesn't really matter. If you step left, right, this, that, it doesn't really matter what you do. You're just going through it. But you're watching everything around you, like if it was for the first time. Yeah, that helps me go through resistance. The resistance of like, fuck, I could take this 1 hour and don't do nothing, just go to my room and watch Instagram, watch something on Netflix, or like my brain was, I don't have to teach. And my brain was craving it. But then the fact that I was feeling all of that resistance was like, no man, like maybe you should be doing this.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like that's a huge, important point. That the fact that you feel resistance is a signal
Yeah.
that you should do this.
Yeah.
I mean, so what is the difference for you between resistance that you should or could go through and a moment where the body is really asking you not to do this hard thing?
That's a very thin line. Very difficult question to answer. In my experience, I will say that there's very little resistance that you cannot push. What's the worst can happen? Like if you're, like for real, like if you're gonna push resistance, first of all, let's, how do I say it that way? Let's admit that we're all adults and that we can all see the results of our actions. So once you understand that, then you can take decisions over your resistance. All right, I have resistance to do that practice because I know it's gonna take me 30 minutes into a really present moment of breathing in and out in whatever way I have to. But I'm gonna have to be present instead of just going numb into my screen for an hour time. I don't have to do breath work, I don't have to do ice bath, I don't have to go through the resistance. All right, cool. But the environment is safe for me to cross that barrier. So because it's a controlled environment, it allows me to know that the results are gonna be beneficial for my practice. Now, when I'm just crossing the resistance of like, I'm gonna do bungee jumping, I'm gonna get a second-hand equipment and I'm gonna go to that bridge and I'm gonna try to do this because I have the resistance, I have fear of heights. It might be too far. I'm exaggerating probably, but resistance could be easily just sending an email. You think that email is gonna have certain consequences in your life, economical, stability, family, I don't know, you might lose your job, body, you might get hurt after someone comes and punches you in the face, you don't know. But you are having resistance towards sending that email for a specific reason. How do you evaluate what is actually going to happen when you send that email so you can make yourself feel safe when you take the decision? So I go back again, let's take the ability of being adults when we're playing the games we play in life to evaluate the consequences and then go through resistance. You can go through resistance, you can push always a little more. Yeah, sometimes with positive or negative results, but you get to know what's there for you to change the result after. Positive or negative, doesn't matter. Sometimes it's positive, but you still want to change something. Nitpick it. Resistance could be nitpicked. Resistance is always there, Fear of heights never leave the body.
Yeah.
You go through it, but it really doesn't.
I ask myself, what is the difference between a resistance and a for real, sign gut?
Don't do it.
Don't do this. Well, just saying gut right there tells me that you gotta feel it.
Yes.
I guess it depends what those thoughts are, how they're saying it, Usually, when I should listen to my body and not do it, my thoughts are saying, do it, doesn't matter, keep going, who are you weakling, So when I feel resistance, it's more like, oh, you shouldn't do this today, you've been doing a lot, your body may, you're gonna get sick if you keep going and you keep doing this, it's more like a convincing, right? Where the other, where I should listen to my body, is like I'm convincing myself out of it, out of the doing it, and the resistance, I'm convincing myself into not doing it.
Alright.
That's how it is. So, saying it short would be the tone, watching that voice, how it's saying it.
Your
and
inner voice.
Yes, and and how the body reacts.
Mm.
Like if you tell for me it really helps. Like telling myself what's gonna happen and just giving myself a moment to see how the body feels. At the beginning, you're just gonna be like, my body feels. I can't tell the difference. But after, every time you ask a question, you'll notice that it's like you're dropping a pebble,
Yeah.
and each gives you a different reaction.
Yeah.
And you start to learn the body language, how it communicates with you. If it's really telling you it needs help, or if it just wants to stay comfortable. It's kind of like.
So you evaluate both the thoughts that go through your body with the feeling that your body's having when the thought is happening, to evaluate if you should pass or not your resistance.
Yes. Yeah. Easy said, but it could also just get into a hurricane of thoughts. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. So it comes back to that feeling of like, okay, how is my body really feeling about this?
Tough decisions.
Resistances.
Tough decisions every
Man, how many people have we seen feeling resistance towards getting in the ice and towards breathing? Like they're laying down, breathing in and out.
So let's talk about that. Who was the last person you saw having resistance to get into an ice bath? You don't have to tell me the name specifically, but
well,
you saw the resistance. What was it?
I see this commonly, that people get in the ice bath and they're still like pulling away from the water. And I like to compare it as if you're jumping off of a plane and that you're resisting falling, right?
Yeah.
You could just give into the air and just fall, but your heart, gets that thing, that pit in the stomach and everything. So you could try to prevent yourself, and that creates so much tension from your body, not accepting what's happening. But once you let go, then you could even like it. You could enjoy the rush of feelings and chemicals going through the body. So it's the same thing in the ice bath. People get in there, and I see them push with their head. When they're pushing with their head in the back and they're like not trying to move at all, that's just like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. That's what I hear. Whereas if you melt into the ice or you allow the whole thing, you're surrendering to the fact that you're going to feel cold water in every little receptor in your body. And it's going to feel a certain way. Once you surrender to that, then the resistance passes.
100%.
That has been the most common I've seen in an ice bath.
The tension.
The pushing back. They could stay there for the full 2 minutes even, but they're still fighting it internally. And it's showing. They could be breathing, they could do it, but how much can you let go? And I see it in the shoulders. Shoulders and the head.
100%.
What about you? Wait, I gotta put the pizza.
Good. Put the pizza in the oven.